What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video. And in this one, I want to discuss the latest leaked pictures from the Green Bay Packers and the New England Patriots on a potential trade for quarterback Jordan Love. And I know what you're saying. You're going to say that this is stupid. You're going to say this is fake news. I want to start off by saying that I'm not coming up with this. If you are on social media at all, whether that is Twitter or Instagram, you'll know that this has been going around a lot for Patriots fans and Packers fans. I want to say that this is not a 100% sure thing. This isn't verified. As of right now, it's just a rumor and leaked photos. No legit source has come out and said, hey, this is 100% going to be happening. So just take it with a grain of salt and don't get too worked up about it. So I will include the pictures that were leaked to show you guys what exactly everybody's kind of, getting hyped about or freaking out about or whatnot. Depends on how you think of Jordan Love, But this sheet does make note of what the trade would look like. It was also said that if this trade did occur, it would occur on draft night. This would be the first night of the draft also. It was leaked that, what the Patriots would get in return and what the Packers would get in return. So, straight off the bat, I don't know who would be this dumb to take a picture of their desk and just accidentally have a trade slip, especially a trade this big. I don't know, it just feels a little bit dumb. I don't even know how these pictures got leaked, but they have gone very, very viral. But what the picture does show is a sheet that is made when teams, do make trades. And you can see that the Green Bay Packers would acquire the New England Patriots' 15th overall pick. Now, the New England Patriots would acquire the 29th pick in the first round that the Packers have. So essentially, you're swapping 15 for 29, but the Patriots would also get a fourth rounder, 142, and Jordan Love. And at first, when I originally saw that, I was like, well, dang, the Pats are getting a very good deal. It seems like the Packers really do just want to ship off Jordan Love for some reason. You're getting Jordan Love. You're just moving back in the first round. You're still in the first round. It's just late first round. And on top of that, you're getting a fourth round pick. But I kind of stepped back for a second and I realized, well, we do have to look at the value of these draft picks. Now, for those of you who don't know, there actually is a value chart for each draft pick in the NFL, basically meaning that there's a certain value that each pick has, which kind of helps NFL teams figure out how trades are going to be reasonable. So if we look at the 15th overall pick that New England currently has, that's about 1,050 point value. If you look at Green Bay, their 29th overall pick is only about a 640 value. Then if you throw in that fourth round pick that supposedly the Patriots would also get for that 15th overall, is worth 35 points. Again, that's for 142nd in the fourth round. So then if you combine that 35-point value of pick 142 in the fourth, along with 29th in the first round that the Patriots would drop down to from 15, that would be about 675 points overall between 29 and 142. And again, let's remember that Patriots 15th overall pick is valued at 1,050 points. So essentially, that would leave about 375 point differential. And with those points, the Patriots could pick up still a second round pick and I believe a sixth round pick. So essentially what you're telling me is that Jordan Love is worth a second and sixth round pick. So I guess essentially this just all comes down to preference. Are you someone that goes, Jordan Love isn't worth that, I would much rather pick up the higher draft capital that we can get, or, you know what, the Patriots do need a quarterback of the future, I like Jordan Love, I would be okay with the trade. Now, this is obviously quite the interesting move for both teams because Jordan Love was a surprising selection, but just not even a year ago from the 2020 draft by the Green Bay Packers. So it hasn't even been a full year, and the Green Bay Packers are just gonna ship him off already. Now, he did just make it into the first round with pick number 26 by the Green Bay Packers. Some people had him as a first round pick. Some people had a second. I even remember going back and looking at the Jordan Love profile, and PFF actually had him as a third round selection, but Jordan Love was just continuing to climb draft boards straight up until day one of the 2020 draft. And I think if you're a Patriots fan, a Packers fan, or just an NFL fan in general, you're kind of sitting back and going, why would the Packers do this? Well, it just doesn't make much sense. You drafted Jordan Love not even a year ago. You're looking for him to be the heir of Aaron Rodgers. So, again, why in God's name trade him? Well, the only potential reason that I could come up with was that, let's be honest, about a year ago from now, before the 2020 season, there were some question marks about, Aaron Rodgers. Is he, going to sign a new contract with the Green Bay Packers? How much longer is he going to be in the NFL? And, of course, they had just gotten, around that time, a new head coach. So a lot of questions were surrounding on, what do they do at the quarterback position? And, of course, they decided, surprisingly, to take a new guy, which thrusted speculation that Aaron Rodgers was going to be out the door soon. Then in 2020, Aaron Rodgers has a spectacular season, gets MVP in the NFL, goes off, looks like a top 3 quarterback in the NFL again. And now we're talking about, well, shoot, the Packers have a big question mark now because you're not going to keep Jordan Love. He was a first-round pick. You don't just keep a first-round pick as a backup. Essentially, that's a guy you're going to mold into being your future. But if Aaron Rodgers is going to play as good as he did in 2020, clearly you're going to go with Aaron Rodgers, the pure veteran in the league who's playing as a top 3 quarterback, because that's your best way to win championships. I also believe that Aaron Rodgers' contract is coming up, which means that the Packers are going to essentially have to pay him. And I would think that they'd want to get a longer deal done with him. Let's remember that Jordan Love, he already has 1 year off of his contract, but a 4-year rookie contract along with that 5th-year option. And chances are the Green Bay Packers, if they sign Aaron Rodgers to an extension, aren't going to get that prolonged contract, that rookie contract from Jordan Love. So essentially, the only reason I could come up with on why the Packers could potentially be looking to trade Jordan Love, if this rumor is true, is because they're looking to keep Aaron Rodgers. They drafted Jordan Love as kind of that backup plan, that guy that they thought was going to be their future, and then unexpectedly Aaron Rodgers shoots up, which, again, I don't think they were expecting, and now just puts him in a point where they're like, well, we didn't really need you, or don't really need you anymore, the way that we had originally thought. Now, this also does make sense if you're the Patriots. I know that the Patriots did have a good amount of interest in Jordan Love about a year ago before the draft had actually taken place. I just don't think they valued him as much as the Packers do. And I saw somebody online that made a comment about this potential trade. And they said the Patriots think so highly of Jordan Love that they elected to trade back and take a safety instead of drafting him. And again, there's going to be a lot of people speculating on where he should have been drafted. Again, I heard anywhere from the 1st to the 3rd round. But the Patriots really do believe in value. They don't care how much they essentially like you. Like, if it's not a good value, they're not going to take you. Unless Belichick just somehow truly fell in love with you, which he just didn't do with Jordan Love. And so maybe Belichick and the Pats saw Jordan Love as maybe more of a 2nd-round pick. Maybe if he was there in the 2nd round, then they would have taken him. But I also see from the other side that, yeah, obviously they didn't love him enough to take him in the 1st round. Now, if you're the Patriots, this does obviously mean that you're out on the other quarterbacks in this draft. And that also brings up a lot of questions because obviously the Patriots reportedly heavily have been scouting these quarterbacks in the 2021 draft, especially the top 5 guys. They've attended really every pro day that the top 5 quarterbacks have had, along with Kellen Mond. And we've heard about the potential of them trading up. So if this trade does happen, then this either means that this value is too good for the Patriots to pass on, or that they just don't really like that much any of the quarterbacks in this draft class. And I will say this, if they're going to take a quarterback, it should be in the 2021 class, because next year in 2022, the quarterback class is not looking all that great. Of course, the other part of this trade for New England is that they would still stay in the first round with 29. We'll have to see how the board falls, and essentially I think that's what New England would do too if the trade goes through. But at 29, you're just kind of at the end of the first, and who honestly is going to be there for them to select unless somebody just significantly drops. So I could honestly see this be in a situation where if the Patriots are at 29, they just trade out of the first round, again, unless somebody significant somehow drops to that 29th overall spot. 29 is again valued at 640 points, which means the Patriots could get a second round pick and a third or fourth round pick, just depending on how high or low they do get in these rounds. And I mean, honestly, guys, let's be honest with ourselves. This would just be the honest-to-God Bill Belichick move, right? We're all talking and scouting these quarterbacks in this draft class heavily, doing all of our research, mocking, making all of these videos, and then Belichick trades for a guy unexpectedly from the 2020 draft class. And then he just picks up a ton of value. Like I said, we'd get a fourth round pick. If he trades out of 29, he could get like a second and third round, or a second and fourth and a seventh. And we all know how much Bill Belichick just loves to finesse in the draft. This guy moves around more than I've seen any other head coach. He doesn't like to stay where he is in his original draft selection. This dude gets, to the second round, and then he'll trade down to the third, and then he'll trade later back up into the second. But as for Jordan Love, just quickly, I don't want to do a huge analysis on him because obviously, I'm not gonna do that unless the trade actually goes through. But in a nutshell, I think he has a lot of potential. You gotta love the fact that at least for 1 year, he would have played behind Aaron Rodgers. That is a huge benefit for him. At 6'4", 224 pounds, good sized quarterback, does not take sacks, maneuvers really well inside the pocket, big arm, really good accuracy, but a guy who's either going to be boom or bust in this league. Kind of like a Trey Lance. Not saying his mechanics and the way he plays the game is like Trey Lance, because I don't think it is at all, but in the sense of you're going to be boom or bust in the NFL, I think he's similar. Now, there wasn't a preseason last year, so we really haven't seen much of anything from Jordan Love, much from a few of his throws from the Packers training camp. But again, in college, had a really good arm, had good accuracy, could place the ball well, could just drop the ball in when it needed to. Very good pinpoint accuracy. Like I said, was able to maneuver around in the pocket, does not like to take sacks, but just very inconsistent. I mean, that's the name of the game for Jordan Love, is inconsistency. One play, he's going to go out and throw a bomb down the field in double coverage, but then the next play, he's going to throw a pick six. He's also someone who just does not take care of the ball very well. I feel like a lot of the quarterbacks in the 2021 class are guys that in college have proven to make good decisions and take care of the ball well, but Jordan Love in college was not that kind of guy. In fact, the NFL comparisons, when I looked back to his profiles from 2020, they weren't great. It was Blake Bortles and DeShone Kizer. And I mean, both of those guys, when they were heading into the draft, were very highly thought upon, were very talented, but again, were going to be boom or bust, and unfortunately, both of them busted. I mean, looking back at his draft profile from 2020 on the NFL website, one of his cons was that he had 6 games with multiple interception, including 3 pick sixes. So I don't know. I mean, obviously going to the Patriots would be one of the best places for him outside of the Packers. I think going to the Packers was another really, really good spot for him. And like I said, learning from Aaron Rodgers and sitting back for a year, I think was really, really good for him and could definitely potentially help his development. And then going to New England, a place where they get the best out of their players, would also be another good spot for him with a really good offensive line and much updated weapons, and likely another year sitting behind someone like Cam. I mean, 1 year he's learning from one of the best as a thrower, and then he'd be learning from one of the best as a mobile quarterback. Before we end this one off, though, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of this video, my boys over at betonline.ag. Now, for those who don't know what BetOnline has the fastest and easiest ways to bet on all of your sports action. We all know football's over, but the NBA, college basketball, and NHL are a full swing. BetOnline even covers awards, TV shows, and reality TV, along with real-time updated odds and props on almost anything you can imagine. BetOnline also has you covered for all of the news, scores, and odds, and it is the best way to place your bets, and it's completely free to sign up. All you guys got to do is head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Do not sit on the sidelines anymore. Get in with the action, and don't forget to use that promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. That is BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. But guys, this is going to be it for today's video. Super interesting one. Ultimately, what I believe is that I don't know how someone could be so dumb to accidentally, just leak this photo. I don't know why it would be sent to someone, and essentially with how safe the NFL is and all their protocols, how just somehow it would get leaked. So I don't know how much I believe in it, but of course it does look professional, and it would be a move that Belichick, of course, would make, and it does make sense for the Packers also. So we'll just have to see come draft night. What are your guys' thoughts on this, though? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, I appreciate each and every single one of you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.